You have to be strong to know that these people are gonna try to portray themselves in all the fashion. Let me repeat this because my microphone is now on. I am on dating apps. Of course, dating apps, there's gonna be perps. And one person I end up matching with, and I definitely, the first thing I did when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I'll go on a date with this person. And it says child protective services at the UN, some child protective something at the UN. And I just realized the level of this PSYOP is just so disgusting. Because I know this program, and she knows that this program does horrible things to children. So this is why I'm saying, until my last breath, I will not let them live a single ounce of their fantasy. They have done horrible things to children and women. They use the most coward-like people, and this is the entity run by the government. They want to delude themselves that because they know people that are in child protective in the. What do you think? Like, is the UN? They make it sound like the UN is not, as in the UN is not an entity that this intelligence committee can have access to. They just, I mean, it's just they use the psyop, but that's it becomes too obvious. It's like too much of a psyop. It's almost like it's like almost a gimmick to this. It's too much. It's too much of a psyop. It's just too obvious that you're just trying to protect to cover up reality. Of course, the CIA, the DOD, the UN. It's such easy, like it's so easy to compromise. Like it's and the thing is, it was just too obvious. I was like, I gotta make a video, and these people are like serve because they're gonna frame me. Some of the things they said, the way they're gonna frame me, they're gonna implant child porn. Can you imagine? You're like at you work at the UN as child protective UN, and like, oh, we're gonna frame him by implanting child porn in his computer. You understand? So, but I'm not that shocked, truthfully, because I never thought that the UN, it would be like this uncompromisable entity. I know it's very compromised. I know. There was this thing that as target individuals, we all sign up to hoping that the UN is gonna, I'm sure there's people who are trying to do good at the UN, but there's a lot of compromised people there, and I know that the UN will be sure to 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 please those intelligence community. They will not go against the grain. The UN does not usually go against the grain. They must do things that look a certain way. By the end of the day, they are an entity that is very tied to this mainstream uh, institutions and situations. So it's, but I'm not surprised. It will not surprise me. I remember, it's funny, in 2020, there was this, as a target individual, we all signed this UN, forget and I remember the roommates, they're like, oh, we're gonna win, and my roommates are perps, right? Obviously, I know that the UN was not gonna come through. But I think it did help a little bit, giving a little bit of publicity. But at the end of the day, even if there's one person who's trying to do good, the rest are not gonna follow through. You know, they're gonna, things are gonna be taken care of. This target, like the UN, is not gonna be the entity that's gonna save the target individual. I'm sure the UN is very much part of this global network that this program is involved in. So let's just, you can't, it's just, let's just be honest. But to hear this woman who is a quote unquote child protective, no, quote unquote, I'm sure she is, that she will go and actually try to protect kids and so on, and then go and work in a program that destroys family and kids. No, it's disgusting. I can't let them use the fantasy. So I know my time is limited. The more I speak, the worse it gets for me. Because what's happening is I'm making these people wanting to do more. Because the way they think winning is like, I'll show you, crank it up even higher, you know. So I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong and understand that this is what they're gonna do to me. And in the meantime, as I'm seeing things in my hand on my hand, 2 seconds ago, some trash was like, "Oh, this is grangry." I don't know if that's true. I think I did burn myself at some point when I was making some food. Uh, but uh, you know, if that time comes, that time comes. I just gotta make sure that I continue to 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 make my last piece before I can't. Like I said, I know that I'm saying things that pieces that annoys people. They want me to subscribe to these things. As I'm speaking right now, there's people outside just screaming things, not even screaming, sorry, try to interrupt me by saying things. Oh, you'll subscribe. This is typical gaslighting. They want to interrupt me. So to all my target individual, I have been dealing with the facade of a century, the psyop of the most. It's super obvious at the same time. It's the obvious. It's super. It's like it's almost gimmicky. Oh, let's get the UN chapter. Oh God, it's so bad. I just actually hope I do get to see this person in person. Like when I interact with these perps, I just obviously I don't be. I'm not like your perp. I mean, I go along but it's a good time to see these people for what they really are, how vulnerable they are, how weak they are. I've been with people who have done, who've accomplished things, but when they involve in this, you see how trashy and how they become like trash. You just literally stoop to, like, there's no coming back. People who if they weren't involved in this, might have been people that you see in a respectable way. Immediately they involved in this, like, "Ooh, you disgusting shit." Sorry about the language. I had to say it once, but you're disgusting trash. And so I'd rather die in this sufferance way. I, I know I don't want to die, like, especially like this. I don't. I'm not a brave heart. Like, I'm not this guy. I'm not the person who wants to die and die for the cause and be suffering. But I'm in that position, and I would rather have this position I'm in than be in their position. I see them for what they are. There's some thing that was outside. She passed by me. I swear I couldn't even feel her. It felt like it was some nothingness just walking by me. Now she's probably living a better, more comfortable life. They keep calling me, saying that I'm the nothing. I'm like, you guys are. It's, it's just like you're disgusting. You're not even nothing. Like, you can't, like, you are pathetic. You know, this is before I wrap up, and this is a video just to remind target individual. They'll be presented with all kind of facade psyops. They have no shame with psyops. Huh? For me, it's just like almost like it's a joke. It's a joke. You can get some child protective, whatever, from the UN, like, as if I don't know that the UN is definitely part of this network. Like, oh no, the UN, of course they're part of it. Of course, of course. We're in New York. This is this is the mecca of MK Ultra, by the way. This is where it all started. So you think that and so, you know when they do this thing that's so obvious, it just it just And it's funny they do it with the twist of the progressiveness that's ongoing here in New York too. So it's just like it's such a comical facade. But I'm so validated. They don't even know what to do when I'm listening to like this behind like this articles about BuzzFeed. Sorry, this BuzzFeed article about entities, these agencies. You see how hard it is for me to speak right now. They're doing their best to interrupt me and make it hard for me to be able to communicate. Uh, they don't even know what like. So you tell me the UN has created a DARPA like weaponry to this. You understand? So if anything, it shows how compromised obviously the UN is. But I'm not surprised. Many others have spoken about how compromised it is. Unfortunately, that's life. That's the UN is an entity that's very well connected to a lot of governments, and we know that this is global. And as much as we a target individual were hoping that we're going to get help from the UN, the reality is it was not going to happen. It was not going to happen like that. They might be, and let me repeat that. I think this man, what's his name, Neil Niels, the man who's tried to help the target individual. As much as he was good intention, it was not going to work because the UN is an entity that is very much within the mainstream world of this global network. And so, you know, of course, people at the UN are involved in this program for sure. I mean, it's probably as easy as it gets to be involved there. So, to all my target individual, um, be strong. I don't know where you're located, but you could see people involved that you think they are these great people that are supposed to. Oh gosh, they would. They are just a facade. As I'm speaking right now, they'll talk about you raped, you did this. They try to like stop me from saying. I'm talking to people who are in a program, right? These people talking to me are in a program that have used sexual torture and that is using sexual torture. If you hear about target individuals that are women, almost all of them, a lot of them are talking about something happening to their genitals. As I'm saying this, there's somebody, this coward, who opens the door, and it's like it's rape. Try to create, even create, try to talk about something and to this to change subjects. They pretend that they are protecting women and they are avenging women. Oh my gosh, the woman that they claim they're protecting, they will fry her genitals like they fried so many others, and they will destroy her family and her children. So I know who I'm talking to. And I will not even let them even try to think that they are here to avenge anybody when I know what they do to women. They are the trash of the earth, the scum of the earth. To all the women that have been tortured and killed and fried, and to all the women that are currently being tormented by this trash, I will not let this lowlights pretend they are here avenging when they involve in program that does this to this woman. They will fry every single. So to all the target individual, you will be pushed to accept this false narrative, these pedophilia things they do, and they could involve people who are supposed to protect children. But don't forget, this is not just your community doing this. This is a government entity. The community is at this point very well aware, and I'm sure there's benefits, and they know that you are not a threat. They have to try to create you and make you as a threat. But this is like a godlike power. You have the ability to manipulate somebody. For some of people who like they have their life all messed up. They don't have their stuff together. They like to they want to feel empowered. Oh, they're gonna do they're gonna feel special. So to all the target individuals, stay strong and remember, these people they're near pedophiles. Now, no, I'm not saying that they do things to children in their personal life. You know, they don't do things to children, but with the type of tormenting they do to people, at this point, I call them pedophiles. And also, when it comes to actual pedophiles, why is there so many pedophiles being let in those walls behind the Pentagon walls, the Langley walls? Why? Does it have to do with the fact that these people utilize pedophilia? I think so. So, to all Montague individual, if they're trying to pretend that they're doing it because they say that you did something bad to somebody, these people are not the people you should listen to. The misery and the destruction they have on their hand is ridiculously nasty. These people are disgusting. Those are atrocities. Do not even think twice about even listening to them. Or do not. They they will destroy everything about you. Or if there's a woman that they say that, for me, they claim they're doing it for this woman. I'm like, I pray for this woman that she never be put in this program, because what would happen to her and her family will be the worst thing on earth. Me, at least, I'm by myself. I find honorability, dignity. If I die, I'm okay with that. Death is to all comes to all of us. I don't have people, kids that I need to look up to. Like, I need to help. I need to be around. So I'm okay with death. But imagine you're a woman, single woman. You have children, and you're being destroyed, and you have to take care of your children. Your children's gonna suffer too. This is the people who are talking about their avenging and as I'm speaking right now, they are acting accordingly, super angry in the court, and we're gonna frame you, and they start pounding places like, do you know the name I can drop right now? Not fictional things that you created, not storylines and what you want to create. Real women with really what you've done to them, to what you've done to their children, and using trash like you for try to cover that up. Because you're a woman, I'm supposed to believe that you don't torture women? As I'm saying that, they talk about I'm going to be blind. They've blinded many people, including children. So when they do this to me, I'm like, I know. I'd rather die like this than to be a nothing like them. They call people nothing while blinding people, including children and women. So to all my target individual, stay strong.